back to Squeal on Bent TV, Channel 31, your community gay television station. Of course, we're lucky to be, of course, joined now by someone who's very sensational. This is my Kerry and Kenley pose. I'm moving now. Over like this. Brett Newton doesn't do that. His legs are normally uncrossed. But I'm doing Kerry and Kenley. And I've got someone very exciting. I've got Richard Watts here, of course, from the Queer Film Festival, and you're from the programming committee.
That's right. We're the kind of lucky bastards who get to see about 300 films over 4 months.
Oh my God! Do you have Maltesers and popcorn for everyone? You wouldn't, you'd be too fat.
Pizzas.
Do you?
No, we watch it.
Where do you watch it? Is it at home or is there a cinema you go to?
We meet on average once a week, and then as the films come in, we end up watching sort of like sometimes anything up to 3 days a week for 3 or 4 hours. Wow. We meet at Cinemedia in South Melbourne, who've been really supportive and helpful for the festival.
All right, before we go any further, Richard, what I think might be a nice idea to do would be if we cross some footage of actually the intro of the Queer Film Festival, and then we'll get a basic understanding before we go to ask some questions. How's that sound, Lois? Let's take it away. Ding. Dong. Ding. Oh my God, that was sensational. I'm actually wet from all that.
We've got 2 versions of the trailer, the G-rated one and the R-rated one. So
how long's the G-rated? What does the G one last for 5 seconds or something?
No, it's similar stuff, but sort of like not quite as explicit. No bums.
Do you get some really saucy stuff sent in?
Look, we get everything. We get everything. Well, we do get porn sent in sometimes.
Can you send it over?
You wouldn't want to lend it out.
You said before that you have to watch like 300 sort of films and that.
Yep.
Now, how many actually make the final cut to the festival?
I think this year there's about 97 films in the festival in total. 16 features, which is the most features we've ever had, and
so features like
feature films, like hour and a half. Your average kind of like feature-length film that you'd see at a multiplex or something. Except the films in our festival aren't the kind of stuff you'll see at the multiplexes.
No.
And of the features we're showing, I think 50% of the features are from countries sort of like such as Spain, Germany, China, non-English speaking backgrounds. So really good, strong lineup of features. Some great documentaries, some fantastic short films. The Australian shorts are really, really strong this year. Everything from being gay and Aboriginal in WA to gay football players, all kinds of stuff.
Richard, what percentage of the films are locally made, Australian made?
Of the films this year, I couldn't give you a percentage. There's 2 specific packages of Australian shorts. There's the short films that go in for the prize of kind of best Australian short queer film, and then there's a second package just called Local Lesos, which is local lesbian shorts.
There's one for you,
fabulous.
We're always after a queer feature, but as yet nobody's really making sort of queer feature films in Australia. We're hoping that in a year or so, Tony Ayres is working on the feature adaptation of Holding the Man, Timothy Conagry's sort of autobiography. So we might be able to get that one year if it ever gets finished. But
so if I decided that I wanted to go and make one to be entered into like next year's festival, what would be the boundaries, or what would I have to know before I did that?
You can submit anything to the festival, really. It can be a short film, it can be a documentary, it can be a feature-length film. You can go to the Queer Film website, www.queerfilmaustralia.com.au, and download a submission form. And then, just the film goes to the programming committee, and we basically give it, sort of rate it from A to E.
So how many do you get sent? How many films would it be?
Well, we watched Of the 300 odd films we watched in the past 6 months, probably a good 50-60% of those would have actually been submitted to the festival.
But the ones you don't like, are they really bad, or just so many good?
No. There's some films that we can't afford, like a feature filmmaker from the US, for example, might want $2,000, $3,000 to screen the film plus a percentage of the box office, say. So we just can't afford that because, unlike the Mardi Gras Film Festival in Sydney, we don't have a huge budget. So there might also only be 1 or 2 prints of the film available. And so maybe it's showing at the London Queer Film Festival at the same time ours is on, for example, so we can't get it. And sometimes, there are just films that maybe they're good, but they're just really, really American or something, and we just don't think they'll translate to a local audience.
How do people book tickets to go and see things?
They can go to Hares and Haynes Bookshop or the Sun Bookshop. They can, again, go to the website. This is the first year that we've got online booking.
Yeah, where's this available from?
Our lovely program
is
available at, again, Sun Bookshop in Yarraville, Hares and Haynes Bookshop in Commercial Road, and I think it'll be dropped off a lot of the kind of cafes and distribution shops, distribution spots that the gay press are generally available.
What's your favourite film?
My favourite film? Oh, it's a hard one.
Come on, say 101 Red Boys and just get over it.
101 Red Boys is really good. And they
Red Boys?
Yeah, it's an American film where they just interview 101 male hustlers from Santa Monica Boulevard. But I think it's a good film, but it's not my favourite. There's a short called, an Australian short called The Burning Boy from Queensland, which is just absolutely fantastic.
Any lesbian ones?
Chutney Popcorn, which is a film. It's a film made by a lesbian from Indian extraction now living in the USA. It's really, really strong.
Yeah. You'd have to make sure there be a balance of gay, lesbian, bi.
Because the lesbians whinge about everything.
Well, it's because the poofters are sort of like, I don't know, taking all the money and not letting the girls have a go.
And the drag queens are just stuck with nothing. Sorry, babe, we're going to have a quick break. We've got to go over now as I contain myself. We're just born beautiful. I think that's why we're cursed. To the news desk with Vic Perry. Thanks, Vic.
Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you, Tabitha. The pink vote gets the green light. In the recent Western Australian and state elections, the Greens have been given the balance of power in the state's upper house. The Western Australian Parliament now has 3 openly gay or lesbian parliamentarians, 1 Green and 2 Labor MPs, more than any other state. The Greens are now eager to enact amendments to what lesbian parliamentarian Giz Watson describes as Western Australian retarded homosexuality laws. These laws include an age of consent for gay men that is 5 years higher than most other states and higher than Western Australia's age of consent for heterosexuals. The bill proposing those amendments was first devised in 1997. Watson believes the Labor Party is keen to change the Equal Opportunity Act to end sexuality discrimination, but they may wait until May, which is when the Greens take the balance of power in the upper house. Up in Queensland, a splintered Conservative vote in the recent Queensland elections sees rights groups pushing for legislative change in the state. The Labor government under Premier Peter Beattie was returned with an increased majority, while the Liberal and National parties suffered their worst results ever in the state. Queensland Association for Gay and Lesbian Rights, President Colin Trail, said his organisation will join lobby groups in demanding broad-based social and legislative changes from the Labor Party. Beattie previously had only a 1-seat majority, and according to Trail, this made the government afraid of pushing for gay and lesbian, transgender and bisexual legislation. We're now going to say to them that we want to see more comprehensive rights because his government is now in a position to address the issues, said Trail. Improved transgender anti-discrimination laws and guardianship rights between lesbian and gay partners are also on the agenda. Back to Tabitha. Thank you.
Thank you, Vic. Now, of course, we're going to have a little love and look at what Graham Stevens has been out talking, chatting and generally just harassing people at the Queer Film Festival. Thanks, Graham.
Go. Dixon was very well known in this town and still is well known. Ben used to run the entire arts at the Melbourne City Council. Is that why, being a lesbian as you are, that the homosexual community is in getting the money?
Is that true? I don't think it's entirely true, but they certainly
What, so you're not a lesbian?
No, that I'm the reason that they got the money.
Well, I don't think we're insider trading, and we wouldn't like to spread gossip because there are heterosexuals watching this show.
It's a deserving event that should get the money.
Ben, what's deserving about sicko homosexuals hanging around dark spaces?
Well, I think access to good champagne's probably one of those deserving things.
Ben Ward-Dixon, the surfer chick from the West Coast. We thank you. We look forward to seeing you as a guest on Squeal. Are you coming on, Surfer Girl?
Coming on what?
Trust us, we'll explain it to her later. She's from the country. This is Squeal, we're out of here.
Bye.
Now. Oh, that was great. And it wasn't that she was from the country, it was that she was speaking to Graham, who was probably pissed at the time, which makes it all so confusing.
Yeah.
Now, we'll just throw it on open floor if you'd like to ask some
I've got a
questions.
question. Like, do you get, you know how like Corpus Christi had all the people protesting?
Yep.
You get people coming out and doing the queer film festival?
No, we generally don't. I mean, I'd love it. It'd be great publicity for the festival.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, I mean, every year we get people turning up to the festival saying,
We can
only
organise
just
it
found
for you.
out that the festival was on. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure we could do
a
something.
picket, it'd be
throw
great.
some
Sort of like
stones
some
or
fundo
something.
Christians, sort of like, especially on opening night.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Like,
A small fee, I'll
Rent a
organise
crowd
it.
thing.
Rent a crowd.
Where's it at?
Okay, opening night is at the Astor Cinema over in Chapel Street, St Kilda. It's a film called Psycho Beach Party. It's a kind of it's a send up of kind of 60s surfing movies and B movies and slasher pics.
Oh, so
and
there's
stuff.
liquid eyeliner, hip earrings and ponytails?
Oh, there's all kinds of and lots of fake blood as
I
well.
love all that.
How long does the festival go for?
10 days in total, from the 15th to the 25th of March. One of the things I did want to give a real good plug to is the fact that our youth package this year has expanded from 3 sessions to 6 features.
Wow.
Sorry, to 6 sessions, so it's just doubled in size. There's other really good thing. The Brandon Tina story is coming back for a repeat screening.
What's that about?
If you saw the film Boys Don't Cry, which was a
yes.
feature film that came out last year, this is the documentary about Brandon Tina, a young sort of like female to male transsexual pre-op living in the States who was unfortunately raped and killed in a small country town. It's a really powerful documentary and it's really, really good, so do go out and check it out.
Yeah, there's a good package of transgender films in the festival this year. A Boy Named Sue, Emma, just some of the others. You must be really pleased to see the commitment and growing amount of transgender films.
It's something that we're really proud of and really happy to support, and just this is why it's a queer film festival, not a gay and lesbian film festival, trying to actually acknowledge the kind of depth of the community, and not just films about kind of gay life on Commercial Road, but everything from kind of like straight men who are attracted to men to sort of like
To transsexual.
to transsexuals, to transvestites, drag queen, porn directors. We've got a lot of stuff. There's always room for more, but that'll be the 12th, 13th, 14th festival.
I like that though, not gay, lesbian, queer, because it's so much nicer.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to go for a bit of a break. Robert, thank you so much. Richard. Last time that lady was on Angela, I called her Angela, and then I called her Angelique, and then I called something else, but it's just me.
Yeah,
so
she
feel
still loves you.
privileged.
As long as you don't call me something like
I'll call you
short and
Richard.
rude.
What's love got to do? Thank you very much for coming in.
you
All
for
the
having
best
me.
for everything
gotta
at
go,
the film
honey.
festival. Hopefully we'll see you. And you can wave your finger all you like. Not going anywhere. After the break, of course, we'll have Andrew and Ross, thank you, Sally, from MCV. Enjoy.
I don't just want your flirtation. So let's go where we can feel the vibration. Come on now, read my lips and take dictation. You just got to follow the beat and you'll find the location. Standing on the